Greetings to all our esteemed officials who have gracefully presented us their presence here and their knowledge. John Bruno, Executive Director of the International Ecotourism Society, Vice President of the International Ecotourism Society Eurasia, Murtaza Calendar, and my colleagues in the tourism industry and guests. As chapter head of TIES Eurasia Canada, I will be focusing on the conscious traveler, emerging ever stronger through our present reality. Next. I'd like to briefly touch on statistics in Canada relating to ecotourism and why working with Canadian tourism experts will help grow your business in popular destinations and emerging markets and attract new clients. Next. Yes, hold on. Tourism is Canada's largest employer of youth and also a significant employer of Indigenous people and new immigrants. The tourism sector offers long-term, good-paying jobs for everyone, including new workers, by providing essential workplace and life skills needed to succeed in Canada. Globally, tourism is the world's fastest-growing sector. The United Nations World Tourism Organization, WTO, estimates that 1.32 billion people traveled the world in 2017. Canada welcomed a record 20.8 million international travelers in 2017, and 2018 continues to grow. So, responsible tourism to nature areas that conserves the environment and improves the well-being of local people. That is the, I think you're moving them ahead more than I'm at the point that I'm at. Okay, that's the definition of ecotourism with respect to TIES. And you can do the next slide, please. With the borders closed, the overall international arrivals to Canada were down 98% over last July, bringing our year-to-date numbers down 79% over the same time period in 2019. Next. Okay. Ethical trends in travel emerging now is our wilderness tourism, nomadic tourism, ecotourism, authentic tourism, wellness tourism, and mindful tourism. Next. What is shifting? Luxury travel with its exotic reaches and high local touch points may see a shift towards travel with purpose, uniting conservation, communities, and sustainable travel. We stand at the precipice of a phenomenon that the entire world has never experienced together. In the past, you find a situation happening in a few areas where countries and industries and people can help. They assist from their heart. This is the first time in the world where everything just stood still together, facing a threat they did not know, or how to help themselves or others. Everything changed. How we live, how we work, the busy family schedules we shuffle, the celebration and times of grief where we come together and comfort one another. This time alone has made us, this time alone has made us look inside ourselves to realize what truly matters in life. Reprioritizing family, how we work, where we go, and the impact of our arrival to our destination with a greater sense of compassion and care. We understand ourselves, how fragile the system is, having individually experienced that perhaps there weren't enough resources to get by for 3 months, or 1 month, that's okay, or 1 week. This was not just our problem, or our industry's problem, but that of the whole world. All sectors. We as travel experts know that the services and programs we design with the local communities are unique and sought after by the well-traveled, looking for experiences that offer the sense of place, that connect us to the core of community, allowing their heart to capture a lifetime souvenir that lives on in their heart, of an embrace, a discovery, a meal shared, that moment of wonder. Our life is a collection of moments. We are now discovering many of these beautiful experiences we created with locals have not been as, and those locals have not been as lucky as we are. In many countries, tourism is the main source of revenue. With tourism stopping at an instant, there is no plan B if no resources are coming in. These realities have made us all stronger. We know the prices we negotiate with the local DMCs and the tourism partners, and we know what we charge our clients for these experiences. It is a wake-up call that we are all a valuable part of the circle of tourism that sustains us, and we have woken up to the realization that that price of that program is not what matters. What matters is to have compassion and ask our locals, in-country partners, what they need for their program, to sustain the program, their family and their community. It's not just coming from our industries. Travelers, through their own process of understanding their role in this world, have awakened as conscious travelers. They want to live with purpose and want to feel an authentic connection with discovery and connection with the people, the culture, and the history that brought them here and shaped who they are today. The conscious traveler wants to build that story with the local people, in harmony with life, in balance with nature, and giving purpose to their choices with legacy markers. These legacy gifts continue to nurture the community and build their potential stronger, long after they get back on the plane and journey home. Let's take a look at that song from Boston and the beginning lyrics of their song, More Than a Feeling. It starts, I looked out this morning and the sun was gone. Turned on some music to start my day. I lost myself in a familiar song. I closed my eyes and I slipped away. It's more than a feeling. When I hear that old song they used to play, I begin dreaming till I see my Marianne walking away. Imagine how many people hear a song where that immediately connects them to a time and a wonderful place that is forever imprinted in their heart. This legacy we speak of is a co-creation between the traveler and the local region the person has so fondly connected. We are all connections, points of light and points of life of regenerative spirit. All of us being here together at this time in Tokat have whispered into being that same energy. The compassion has inspired Banu Dedeman, President and CEO of 2021Tokat, to plant the legacy of 750 seedling trees. This will truly inspire each of us to return and see how the forest is flourishing, the lives it has touched, the animals it attracts, and the ecosystem that is introduced. We know what we do in one part of the world with our hearts is felt across the world. How quickly did skies turn blue that were once full of smog? We all witnessed it. How quickly did we see animals that have retreated into the forest walk confidently through our empty streets? It was everywhere on social media. The conscious traveler feels that connection and is driven to nurture it. The beauty of our job is that we have the world, its people, and all the beauty of these unique places in the palms of our hands. We don't need to fear what is next. We just need to see with our eyes and shape it with our hearts. So what is next? I'd like to present to you some directions and trends based in the tourism industry, the traveler and local communities at the core of its change that is compiled in the Accenture report of May 2021, Business or Leisure. So I ask you to think about which is more important to focus on, business or leisure. First of all, both have evolved to become mindful of the environment and people, to fit the definition of ecotourism as defined by Ties. I'd like you to see how post-pandemic, the leisure traveler is the urgent priority for travel companies. Accenture, a leader in research trends, identifies the focus will be on the high-value leisure traveler, the conscious traveler we've described. We need to rethink customer experiences, products and services. The loyalty programs for a dominated market. Travelers in birth years beginning late 90s to early 2010, known as Generation Z or Gen Z for short, are the first generation to grow up with access to the internet and portable technology from an early age. The Gen Z is where your focus on capturing new business with personalized media and content that inspires leisure travelers tailored to their unique needs. Where will your focus be? In the post-travel phase. That is the legacy part of it. The travelers will follow up to see how the region progresses, knowing they made a difference. And they will want to come back again to see that progress. From wherever they are arriving, they are a community builder with you. There are 4 key areas of change. Next. Oh, no, the other one, please. Before it. 4 key areas of change. You have the integrated personal wellness. That's health and well-being are now priorities for travelers. The trend is beyond keeping friends and families safe. Integrated wellness is expected to grow $1.3 trillion by 2024. This included a holistic approach to health where fitness, mental health, spa are part of the journey. This essentially makes every business a wellness business. Number 2, living for local. Over the last year, we have seen places we love go into bankruptcy or face bankruptcy, so consumers have understood the value of community and have chosen to shop locally to support these shops and service providers. We've seen how the importance of supporting our local shops has become top of mind with people. For travel, it is more dramatic as it reshapes all areas of the journey from car rentals, flying patterns, and where people choose to stay. As a result, we have hotels rethinking long-term stays. They come for leisure to discover its healthier stay and then change their lives to adapt to this new idea of home. To work from home as you now consider the world your home. Number 3, doing real good. Travelers are looking for sustainable experiences that support their need and the planet. Reinventing connection. Number 4. In 2020, we accelerated the digital adaptation. Many who never use Zoom now use it as an essential aspect of connecting. In spite of this, nothing replaces face-to-face, and there is much pent-up demand ready to travel. From a business perspective, the digital adaptation have made companies realize the need to travel and stay overnight for a face-to-face meeting will reduce in number. But it opens options for remote work for the employees in unique regions abroad. These digital nomads, as they're called, are finding a better family life and wellness balance with this option. In this way, companies are able to downsize their office space, and these savings can become benefits to attract best talent, sustain the culture of the company, and the wellness of the staff. This becomes a win-win for companies and employees. For this reason, the travel market is now, in effect, a leisure market. This is a smaller market that airlines and hotels have to get used to. So if you have fewer businesses traveling, what do you do with the extra inventory? Do you open it up like Thailand? They did that by offering a 1-year package stay for 1 million Thai baht to live and work there. Next. So you need a playbook. There are 6 steps to this playbook. Number 1, you have is to inspire the guest to travel. It becomes a priority. Before 2020, you didn't need to encourage people to travel. Now you need to engage with the guests much earlier to when they make the decision to travel and trigger the desire to travel in the first place. This can be done by being more active in social media and working more closely with travel inspiration channels. Remember, we're targeting for new business the Gen Z, and that's how they communicate. Number 2 in your playbook, global marketing needs to be local and it has to be flexible. Global marketing strategy is still needed to support the brand, but it needs to have rich local content targeted to different markets and people. Number 3, loyalty will require a fundamental rethink. Points and frequent business travelers won't work. You will need to make special provisions for high-value leisure travelers. There needs to be a balance between the function, as in points, and the emotional core of understanding what the guests care about to build the trust with your brand. Data analysis can help understand this need. Number 4, you need personalized digital media and content production to capture new business. Travel companies will need to be clear on their guests' needs with personalization and will give the edge, and that will give you the edge you need. Number 5, data-driven decisions should guide the whole business. Data is key to structuring the personalization and will give you the edge you need. And the 6th point of your blueprint to move forward in the playbook is delivering on the promise of seamless experience essentials. Delivery of your program is key. It must be seamless. Prior to 2020, there was comfort for travelers to book travel themselves and plan themselves. Now they want to ensure that their travel is seamless and your support is needed more than ever to nurture. So that is very valuable for you to know that, because they want that extra level of service and they're willing to pay more for that too. To wrap up, I'd like to feature another trend forecast from Trend Hunter and some action items that are planned. Trend Hunter has data on the 18 megatrends that are shaping the world. Within the 18 megatrends, there are 6 patterns of opportunity to shortcuts towards innovative ideas to consider. As you hear of these patterns of opportunities, I'd like you to think about those items that are relevant for our industry and communities, and what needs shaping, and what actions can we take. The 6 areas of opportunity are, next please. Oh wait, I think it's, oh yeah, okay. So you have acceleration, reduction, convergence, cyclicality, redirection, and divergence. There's a lot of data in each of those sectors, and they are very complicated, that touch on a lot of different points, which I really don't have the time to get into all of those, but I really encourage you to study that, and anyone that would like the full trend that breaks down all of that, I'm happy to provide that to you, which I think would be a really great start to planning forward to give you the edge to move forward. And for upcoming opportunities, as John Bruno stated in his presentation, there are green bonds available for developing sustainable tourism assets. I will be planning some upcoming conferences for interested ecotourism experts to join us in some remote, non-tourism regions to consider with the locals what could work for them and get these sites on the market for promotion. Any regions that would like us to develop these assets, please reach out to me and we can begin the process of creating new ecotourism opportunities together with local communities. Thank you.